Previously on Dances with Dice, when last we left our heroes, Finian, the halfling artificer, Felix, the human bard, and Theo, the satyr fighter. Our heroes had finally completed their excursion in the mines, and now, wrapping up a few things around town, they head back to Marishain. What strange dangers await our heroes this week on Dances with Dice?
All right, so you guys are able to book passage back on a ship. It will take the same 2 months that you originally took to get down here. So by the conclusion of your journey, you guys will have spent it'll be just at about half a year together, spent together.
And we're even closer as friends.
Exactly. The face Felix just made.
Sure, we're real good friends now.
We're the best.
I mean, hey, listen.
Best friends that anyone could have.
Finn's gone through some great character growth. He started out happy-go-lucky, and now he's coming back traumatized.
Whee, trauma.
All right. But you will have 2 months of downtime, so you guys are totally welcome to continue your downtime projects from earlier. For Theodosia and Felix, those were very simple languages. So both of you, just by the end of your 60 days on the boat, you will both speak your respective languages of Elvish and Dwarvish. For Mr. Finian, if I could please get me, we'll say 2 Tinkerer's checks to see how far along in your GB aesthetic modifications you get.
Would that be?
Tinkerer's checks is intelligence plus proficiency, because you are proficient in Tinkerer's tools. Also, you have all received a long rest, so your level ups are complete. Replenish your health, etc., etc. You guys spent one more day, and you spent one night after meeting with the vampire and his lovely wife and the Harlands you now know. Bernadette and Marcellus Harland.
Well, I guess I'm glad Bean has a place to be, because I straight up was like, all right,
Oh,
how do I get Bean to leave this place and come with me?
You were straight up about to Dimension 20 here. It's like, so we've made the decision that you're coming with us. So I'm being kidnapped? No.
No.
So I can leave? No.
No.
So I rolled a 25 and then a nat bad.
So a nat bad. Wait, because a nat 1 is obviously nat 1. So and then you rolled a 2.
No, I rolled a 1 and got a 9. You know?
Okay. So I'll say you were originally intending to have like complete fur coverage. The natural 1, you ruin one of the pelts. There's no way around it. So do you want to make the top half or the bottom half covered in fur?
I'm covering Scout's ears so she doesn't hear the canine-based body horror.
We're gonna go with the top half.
Top half, okay. It spreads down again, just quite literally, just north of the rib cage.
So does it look like it has a poodle cut?
A little bit, because like again, it's still got
terrifying.
like it's still got like sort of like the leathery like sinew muscle underskin. That was totally complete. So like staring at it head on from the perfect angle, it looks like a German Shepherd. And then like if you like tilt your head to one side or walk around and then you walk around, it's like, oh, it's only half of a German Shepherd. The other half is terrifying.
Oh, it's traumatized.
Oh, Jesus
but
Christ.
GB, he's very happy. It's like his tail's wagging. It's like, woof, I will no longer be cold. Woof.
Woof woof.
It's like,
Thank you for the skin, father.
Oh my god. Stop.
but yeah, you were able to you're able to get half of GB fully dogified. And it would be very easy. Like you can go at any place that has like any furrier will, I don't even know if that's the right word. But
Furrier.
any
Like a
any
courier,
like
but fur.
any like pelt shop or any like there's several like hunting lodges and things that like sell fresh meat and pelts. You could easily pick one up there and, you know, begin your work again when you had more downtime.
Yes. He must be fully dogified.
For the rest of you, I guess that covers all of your allotted and set downtimes. But I guess you've got kind of 2 months on the boat. Outside of your downtime activities, is there anything else you guys have wanted to have done, or conversation you guys might want to have given the new information you all have discovered?
This is the weirdest part about it. I can't. Karma was the one that wanted to talk to everybody about everything and communicate and learn about your feelings and be friends.
And Demiria was therapist. So, like, I had a reason to, like, want to help you guys. I don't give a fuck about y'all right now.
Theo's whole thing is that she's supposed to try to be stupidly independent. Her fatal flaw is absolutely hubris.
Again, you guys don't have to do anything, but it's like you have.
But I feel like that's not very good entertainment if we just go, yep. That's not very good podcasting. I don't know. Or maybe it'd be better podcasting if we just got to marishain.
Again, it is entirely up to you guys. If you guys as a party don't have anything you want to discuss or take the time
If
to,
there's
that's
a
fine.
conversation you want to have,
I don't think we've quite.
I can't
I'm not
think of
sure
it.
if we've quite bonded enough yet to like.
That's fine. That is a-okay. I'll say if there's nothing else you guys want to handle or do while on your boat journey, it flies by much faster now that you're knowing what to expect. Given
I'm
the reaction
boat
last
drinks in Elven on the ship.
given its reaction last time, as you approach the spine of the Dragon Lord, you make sure to be surreptitiously in your guys' quarters when you guys go by. Less of a reaction from the chest this time, but you still get that energy still kind of resonates.
Does
off
the
of
helm
it.
do anything? Oh yeah, that's something I could also be doing. I could be like trying to figure out the helmet.
Sure, if you want to. I'll say the helm does not react at the spine at all. Outside of like, again, you have that kind of innate magical pull you feel from it at all times. It definitely at all times, and you get the feeling from handling it as much as you do. If at any point you had this on you around a dragon and they were aware of it, whether you were wearing it or not, because you have it on your person, you're fairly certain they might be able to do something. So that is something that you to keep yourself aware of.
I'm gonna keep it on GB.
Okay.
He is not a sentient. Well, he's sentient, but he's not like. He doesn't have a soul yet. We're working on that.
Working on that. Working on the soul.
It's like it's just like suddenly Finian takes a turn into necromancy.
Yeah.
Really
What
What are
playing
you talking
God
about?
in
I'm
this
just making my
campaign.
own data, except he's a dog.
But I'll say give me an Arcana check, Finian.
20. Soft 20.
20. Okay. You're able to kind of glean everything that you already just got. The biggest thing you find is that the helmet is you like after fiddling it with it for a while, you finally get it to fix and like ching ching ching. And then you watch as now that it's like properly fitted back together because several of the clasps were broken. It senses your presence and whoop, shrinks down naturally to the size of your head.
What?
Oh.
Maybe I should make it the size of Theo's head. She can finally be one with her
Well,
dragon.
I don't want to be possessed by a dragon.
Not possessed, dominated by.
Not any better.
There is a
Don't worry.
distinct there is technically a distinct difference between the two.
Both options suck.
He's like Felix isn't wrong here, but Finn is also not wrong here.
Stark difference.
There is a distinct legal difference between the two, and hey, put the helmet on and find out what that is. I will say, Finn, if you do try to hand it to Theo, you watch as it gets closer to her, it grows in size to match her.
So I've discovered the sizing, the automatic sizing feature.
With enough fiddling and with your soft 20, you realize that like the pieces that attach the jaw to the top of the helmet that actually make it into a mask were completely broken, and you were able to repair those. And once those were repaired, it no longer became a manual function to resize.
Cool. All right.
I'll just say you don't have to give it to her. It's just like, but like, you know, like as like a thing, it's like you like kind of try to hand it to her because she's the dragon bitch, and you watch as it. Whoop, you like pull it back to your chest. Vroom.
Hey, Mark.
You did mention that guy was kind of stealing your style there. Do you want it?
Didn't
Just
we
don't wear it
realize-
around
Did we
dragons, or you might become
possessed
slave
by them.
kind of thing.
I feel like we were around dragons quite a bit, or we're going to be.
So don't put it on. Like, could
Okay,
put it in the, I don't know, like the box. Maybe that'll.
maybe.
What does it look like again?
So in its folded, and it's like in its full shape, it is a helmet that the sort of face portion, like where you would like normally see out of, is built around a dragon's jaw. So the dragon's jaws form like the visor in front of the helmet. So you like close the jaw, and that forms your like actual visor, and you can lift the jaw to reveal your face within it.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Hello there.
Fantasy fursuit.
Yeah.
General Kenobi.
She's gonna say that we hold on to it. No putting it on right now, especially since we don't want to be.
Okay, so do you fold, and then if you
Dom
press
zest.
if you press the buttons, it folds up basically into like a Rubik's cube sized cube.
Excellent. Cool. No doubt.
If I put it towards GB, does it turn into like dog shaped?
If you push it towards GB, it becomes it separates into armor that covers the paws and then the teeth. So he gets like it's like titanium claws and like, you know, reinforced, like stronger
I'm
reinforced
giving
teeth.
it to the dog because that's dope.
Okay. It is
he
currently
just
nothing.
goes decision made.
It's currently nothing but aesthetic, but like, yeah, he's got some good looking claws and teeth.
Don't care. Looks dope.
All right. But is that all you guys would like to do on the boat then?
Yeah.
Okay. The boat makes dock in Marishain 2 months later. You guys, the city is a hustle and bustle. It is officially getting, hang on a second, because you guys started in spring. So yeah, so it's just now we're starting to approach the heat of summer. It is
The heat.
It is getting hotter. It's getting a little humid on the coast, but it's nice to be back in the big city. You guys, there's a little spring in your step. You are about to be paid quite handsomely. You made a little bit extra on the side, a little extra 100 gold each, and you have a couple of different things to hawk about the city if you are so inclined. First things first, as you arrive back at the company, you notice that their entire fortress within the city is closed up. There are several guards posted, and they explain high-level meetings between the council and the company are taking place, so no one is allowed to be there. So you guys will have a day to yourselves before returning to the company to be paid. So,
you said high-level beatings.
I mean, you
It's
never
like,
know.
what?
Like, you never know. What
Very
the company,
high level beatings.
Listen, you never know with the company of Dela. Like, you never know. Sometimes you're having a meeting, and sometimes it's like, fuck you, boom, just across the face. But you guys have a day to yourselves. You're able to find a very inexpensive inn, not too far from the company's headquarters. There was the word I was looking for. Jesus. And yeah, you've got a day to yourself. You can do some shopping. If you'd like to follow up on any of the leads you guys have kind of picked up over your time. For Felix, you've got those. There's several archaeological sort of groups within the city that you might be able to take your findings to. I will say, before you ask, Theo, you try to go to the library, and there are there's a wanted poster of the three of you up saying, "Do not allow them into the library."
Thank God.
We have been found out.
You've been known.
Frankly, I'm offended.
And then Finian, you will arrive back with you'll have a letter waiting for you from Professor Myers.
Shit, what does it say?
Because you did write him a letter.
I did.
We'll do the letter first. It says, it comes to you, it's like, Finian, that is wonderful to hear. Cannot speak much. Definitely, possibly, certainly being watched. Return to the school. Post haste. Much to discuss. And it's just signed BB.
Oh.
Interesting. I have to have like written or something. Or send me that or something.
Yeah, I can send you that not too difficultly afterwards. But yes, so that is the it's just the college is located within the college is located in Linen Fortress, so you would have to head back there if you wanted to visit.
He just casually brings this up to Theodosia, and Theodosia's like,
but yeah, so that you have you can make sure to add a letter from Professor Myers to your inventory, or you have received your reply to Professor Myers.
Time to explore Theo's tragic backstory.
she's never had a tragic backstory a day in her life. Her childhood was so very happy.
Uh-huh.
Her childhood was
People with
perfect.
good childhoods don't stand like that.
Like,
We all need to know why he's pretty. Why he's so pretty though. So
Felix and Theo walking into the room. I just realized something. I had a bad childhood. Finian. Yeah, I know. What do you mean you know? Look at how you stand. People with good childhoods don't stand like that. People with good childhoods don't stand like that.
All right. So, but Finian, you've received your letter. Theo and Felix, what about you guys? Is there anything you'd like to do around the city?
I wanna sell my shit.
All right.
In the city.
I wanna sell my soul in the city.
In the city.
All right. Easy enough. You head off, Felix, to the Archaeological Society of Amoth. You arrive at a very nice, but definitely very sort of compact building, maybe about like a 4 office space sort of building, and sitting at the desk, or kind of like the welcoming desk, is a owl, kind of like a barn owl, tawny owl, Aarakocra. Is wearing little pince nez glasses, and is like kind of flipping through a large tome, and it's like, "Welcome to the Archaeological Society of Amoth. My name is William. How may I assist you today?"
William.
I thought you might perhaps be interested in taking something off my hands.
We are certainly purveyors of objects of intrigue and interest, and those of archaeological concern. What? And he like kind of closes the book. Ah, an adventurer. Always one of our favorites. What do you have for me today, young man?
I flash one of the crests.
Ah. So he like kind of picks one up. He's like, "Oh, you have been digging around." And he like kind of like puts on like one of those like jeweler's things, like, "Digging around the mines, I see."
Yep, I was definitely digging.
I love
So-
digging.
He's like, "Yeah, like
I yearn for the mines.
he asks for any of the other 4 that you have, and he's like, "Oh."
Yep.
He lays out the 4 of them. Are you aware of what this is? Well, I assume you know of some of its value, but this is a full crest collection set of a commanding, I guess the best word for it would be staff. The commanding staff of a well, he looks at you, Felix. How aware are you of? I don't mean to sound rude, but you don't necessarily strike me as someone who's incredibly well versed in the organizational efforts of the dragons during the war, do you?
Hierarchically speaking, no, not particularly.
Right. The dragons, on the chromatic side, the dragons themselves were the commanders, field commanders, as one might imagine, but they needed a staff amongst them. Only the most trusted or fanatical of cult members would be allowed to partake in these things. And they were given special crests. And then you kind of look at each of the ones you popped off, and you finally notice like the traditional crest is just the sort of 5-clawed sigil, which with each of the claws like a different color. These crests are actually the 5 heads, almost forming like a hydra or a serpent, like a multi-headed serpent sort of thing. And at its center, you can see a 5-set gemstone. So there's like a ruby, a sapphire, an opal, a diamond, and an emerald, all sat at the center of these crests, representing the 5 colors. And those are on each of these crests. And it's like, traditionally there would be 5, but these 4 are in incredible condition, almost pristine and well cared for in such a way. If you don't mind me asking, where in the mine? Almost all of the mines have been picked clean of artifacts. Where did you find these unturned stones?
Seemed more like someone else had come across them, and we happened to liberate them from someone who did have them on hand. So I can't say that I could locate more, unfortunately.
He kind of like cocks an eyebrow at you. It's like, well,
Liberate, you say?
well, given their pristine condition and incredible the incredible just worth to history that you have here, these are almost as rare as, in this condition, these are almost as rare as pages of the Book of Chroma. At the same time, it is not a full set. That does reduce its value.
If I come across another one, I can promise you that my first step would be...
No, we're happy to. Tell you what. Any draconic artifacts that you come across, we'll be happy to take off your hands. We'll say this, because we ourselves, we're kind of like looks around. We're more dealers in antiquities than we are a specific preservation society. That, in and of itself, is the royal preservation of Amothian history through the Royal Academy. But we are procurers for their exhibits. Obviously, they have to buy it off of us, and I have to buy it off of you. But given the value of this, let's say I will give you 5% of the total sales fee once we've sold it to the Royal Academy. And that can be, we'll say that's a percentage going across any artifacts you might find.
Seems reasonable enough.
He holds his hand out. It's like, all right, now the sale on these at 5%, depending on how the budgetary options, this should fetch you anywhere from 750 to maybe about 1,000 gold for the set of 4. I will get back to you once I have made the sale.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Anything else you might have? Anything else of interest, historical importance you might have upon you, or might know where I might find it?
As soon as I know something, you will know something, sir.
Excellent. Well, it was a pleasure doing business with you. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Felix Faircourt.
Felix. William Barnstormer. And he reaches out and shakes your hand.
Should you
right.
need to reach me, the Company of Dela is my local contact.
All right, absolutely. Well, thank you very much. And you will, the timetable you were given is anywhere within 1 month to basically 4 to 6 weeks. A sale will be completed, and anything you can bring in that time will add to your purse. As it currently stands, you're gonna make anywhere from 750 to 1,000 gold.
Sick.
All right. What about you, Theo? Is there anything you'd like to do? You are muted.
Well, she's not allowed to go back to the library.
I mean, there are other ways to trade information.
She is going. I know, but like she's thinking about those codes. She's gonna go. We're waiting for our meeting.
You have a day to kill.
Okay.
You've got a day to kill. You'll meet with the company tomorrow. Well, meet with the company is a bit of a no. You're going to receive your payment because you are already aware. You were given a list of those jobs, and so you already have the option to go take the other ones if you so desire. If you'd like to speak to the company, and possibly request different options for employment, you can do that. But otherwise, if you want to, you can just tomorrow collect payment and then go to another job, or stick around to try to speak to one of them if you'd like.
Sorry, could you repeat those options again?
So in terms of what you guys will be doing tomorrow with the company is because you were given several different jobs, like there was the After Miriam Mines, there was a variety of different things you could have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
All of those jobs still exist. They haven't been dealt with. So if you want, you can just go collect your 1,000 gold payment and then head off to another one of those jobs, or pursue any of the other leads you guys have. Or there is a chance, because it's been 2 months, new employment might have arrived or appeared. You could maybe see what other options you have, or if other leads present themselves.
Sure, she's gonna do.
And then there's also, again, like you also have those codes. You do you can also attempt to contact the Five Fingers and see if they could see if they could attempt to help you in deciphering them. Sorry, not the 5. The hand.
Okay. She's gonna go check out what other options have sprung up since they're being gone. Like, who knows? Maybe there's like new issues that have arisen. So she's gonna take a peek sees at the recent events in marishain, I guess. Even like try to figure out if there's anything that's happened lately.
Okay. I'm sorry, I was wrong. It is the 5 fingers. I had that correctly. Okay. So you're just kind of looking for local events or like, anything that's occurred in the last couple months?
Yeah, plus checking out like any local events, plus checking out the board to see what new items might have I don't know, come about.
Nothing in terms of a job board. Nothing's on the local or like the general job board here, it seems. However, you do spot 2 news articles that do catch your attention. You see there is a fire, some sort of fire or disaster occurred at Ardenvale, and that there was arrest. There was the arrest of a guard captain back in. Hang on. There was an arrest of the guard. There was an arrest of a guard back in Evercrown.
She wants to know which guard was arrested in Evercrown. She's gonna look more into that.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check, please, because this is just a headline and it's old, so it looks like the actual notice has been torn down. So you go searching for more information.
13.
13. You're able to kind of dig through, and you find like an old article, and it's like and it's like the official release. It's like attention to the citizens of the Empire. Any and all who have had interactions with Dome Bophill of the Evercrown City Guard are to report to their local guard station for questioning in regards to smuggling operations and general treason against the Empire.
What? Okay, is there any other information, or is it just General Bopphill's been accused of treason?
She has been accused and arrested. And this is from about like 2 weeks ago, maybe. It looks like the notice is about 2 weeks old.
Okay, shit. She's gonna grab that notice, and she's gonna, when she can, she's gonna go find the others.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy enough. We'll say we're approaching sort of the end of the day. And you guys meet back up at the inn, and you're able to show them the notice.
Who's been accused of treason?
Dome Bophill, the guard who helped you out in Evercrown from your first sort of get together. She was the town guard who kind of gave you guys your little cleanup around town job and put you on to and helped you guys escape after the whole incident occurred with the dragon.
Mm-hmm. What? I've known Bophill most of my life. There's no way. There's no way. I don't. And it doesn't say anything about what she's just. She was treason, smuggling.
It's treason, smuggling, general disorder and disorderly conduct.
If something corrupt is happening and she's being framed, you going and talking to the guard about it is probably going to get your ass thrown in some sort of prison also.
There is.
If you know them, then we should look into it, right?
Yes, because the guard always listens to reason and facts. Felix says ACAB.
There was something I sort of failed to mention back in Evercrown.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh gods.
Evercrown was... My grandfather is the head guard, the head of the guard in Evercrown.
You're just full of, royal and important
He's not
surprises, aren't
royal.
you?
He's
I
not
said
royal.
important.
He's...
No, she's just a bootlicker.
Somebody else was, right? Your mom, something, right? Important.
I don't know if we know that.
Yeah, because
You did know because you saw the letter she received and like the crest that was on it from her mother. So
And you guys also heard her use her mom's.
we totally
General.
use her as an
Yes.
excuse.
You also heard her mom refer to her as like General liqueurs.
Oh.
She used her
Yeah.
mom as she named
So,
her
yeah.
after
I
her
didn't know
mom
if
to
you
get into that
specified
library.
was your mom. But
yes.
It's true. You guys don't. I don't know if Theo's really mentioned her last name to you guys, but I don't know. For a period of time, you thought her mom was dead.
yeah.
I think I'm going to write to my grandfather and see what happened.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I thought you guys would want to know since Bob Hill helped us out, and I don't fucking know. Thought I'd tell you. Guess I
Just
could have
saying,
kept it to
What
myself.
kind of
Look
pull
into
do
it.
we
I mean,
have? is
maybe
the
we should
problem.
go
And also,
there.
I don't know.
just
Well,
like-
we can't go back. I don't know. Maybe.
we
I
also
don't
can't
know.
get ourselves in hot water.
Yeah.
It does get slightly annoying. You always just looking out for you. I don't know how you get through life, really.
What are we going to do from inside a prison cell?
Why would we get arrested?
We definitely have people that saw us with her. We could get accused of colluding. I don't
I
wish
don't know.
anything terrible on her, and I certainly, assuming that what you say is correct, and I'm not doubting you, I'm just saying that we're going off your word here, and that this is completely out of character for her. It's unfortunate that she's in this situation, but I don't see what we can do. We don't have sway.
I don't know. Didn't someone just say that they have sway? Right, Theo? You got the sway, right?
I've got some sway in the sense that, again, my grandfather is the head of the guard there. But that would mean that he ordered it.
Maybe we don't use that sway, or do we get the sway? Maybe you write him a letter like you are agreeing, and you're like, I knew him forever. What happened? Like, I
Well,
can't believe he betrayed me like
well,
that.
this is
And then
Bob
we're like,
Hill.
what did he
This is
do?
This is Bob Hill. You remember Bob Hill?
If I
Bob-
may.
Bob Hill was the guard. She was the guard that helped us when we were trying to figure out the smuggling
That's what I'm
thing.
saying. Like, you're saying he ordered it, so you write him a letter being like, oh, like, so we can get information without them thinking we're trying to help or sympathize.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
I'm still probably going to write the letter.
If I
I
may.
didn't. Go ahead.
I'm saying write the
course.
Were
letter.
you
but,
in
like,
trouble?
What?
Were you not on good terms while you were in Evercrown? Good lord, woman, this isn't a judgment. I'm asking for clarification.
Less of good terms. It wasn't that I was on bad terms, I just also wasn't on good terms.
Because
They might think
I'm
it's good.
viewing this from the perspective of you having family that is in charge of the guard. Because something explodes. Bob Hill is at the scene. Bob Hill was seen with us. You disappear.
I don't think that they're thinking that Bob Hill got me or anything.
No.
If that was you're implying.
If you weren't supposed to leave, perhaps, or perhaps they just wanted you under surveillance in some amount, then it certainly looks like Bob Hill got you out.
My grandfather did not know I was in town.
Would he have wanted to know? Is this
Probably.
more a case Bob Hill was keeping you on the down low and he could have been angry about that?
That doesn't
Possibly,
seem like that would
but that
count
doesn't
for
sound like my grandfather.
treason.
My grandfather is not the kind, he's not the kind of man, or at least last I checked, he's not the kind of man who will just, oh, you didn't tell me my granddaughter was in town, so now I'm going to frame you for treason. He's a lot more logical than that. I've known Bob Hill a long time, and so has my grandfather. So if my grandfather ordered her arrest, then I feel like it had to have been for good reason, but at the same time, I wonder if she's being framed and my grandfather is just doing what he needs to do because lead of the guard and a cab, they just do things.
There
I don't
seems to
know.
just be some convenient timing of a tavern collapses. You were in town, and then suddenly you weren't. Coming after that, and then suddenly she gets arrested. I'm not implying that it's your fault. I'm just saying that's concerning timeline. And that perhaps there is something there without me throwing blame at you.
I will write him a letter informing him I heard about the goings on and just want more information. I will do
Fair
that.
enough.
I'll do that.
All right. I'll say you
She
You can write that-
awkwardly
you'll write that
waddles
letter up.
back. If you guys notice, I don't know, you guys didn't realize it, but it was like very whatever. But at one point, we went to a park, and that park, it was named after her grandfather. And I think I made a note of like, she made a face
Oh,
when they went to that park, and how she was like, kind of like, looking around. Because that park is named after her grandfather.
I'll say for the sake of brevity, you write your letter. You leave it with the tavern keeper, and they will send it off for you in the morning. You guys are all able to get yourself a long rest. You sleep for the evening. You awake in the morning, and there is breakfast downstairs waiting for you. You get some food. Very simple, like simple eggs, bacon, some bread. Make yourself a little ye old breakfast sandwich, and start making your way into the city proper. You kind of move your way hither and thither, and eventually arrive at the company's headquarters. You head inside, and the first thing that you notice now that you're kind of like there for the first time in that sort of main vestibule entryway, you kind of look to your left, and there is a wall that says processed payments. And there's sort of like a magical field there, and as soon as you step through, a bag of gold coins kind of sort of like shoots itself out of its cubby and floats itself over to you, and boop, sets itself down in your hand, Theo.
And
You guys have divide 1,000 gold between the three of you, and that is what each of you have.
You want
Divide
to give us a
1,000.
number that breaks easier?
Call it
1,003.
call
Or
it 1,000.
9999.
Call it 1,003. So it break. Just whatever is closest to 1,000 that breaks into threes evenly.
999 gold
I have
then.
bad
Cool.
news for you. Yeah, 1,003 does not break
900,
even.
fine, 999.
Yeah,
You all have
sorry.
303 gold. You all have 334 gold. We'll round up.
Excellent. And then we have the 100. Did we
Then you
get
guys
that?
got an extra 100 each from Dirk.
Here.
So
434.
yes.
If you didn't already, if I hadn't already added that.
As you guys arrive and get your payments, you see, kind of arriving at the same time you do, you see a sort of bedraggled and like sort of a little soot-covered group. You see a dwarf, you see a elf, you see a tabaxi, and then you notice Vani and Branneth kind of stumbling back through the front door. Vani kind of sees you guys for a moment and like waves at you before she's dragged sort of downstairs. Are you guys waiting around? Do you guys want to talk to anybody? Get new jobs? Like, what are your thoughts?
I'm tired of making decisions.
I mean, we have a appointment or dinner with Mr. the very interesting couple.
Well, we have to collect. We needed.
We just got our money.
we've been-
We can go do whatever
yes,
the fuck we want.
True, but
Yeah, you are technically free of any obligations. You don't have to pursue those other two jobs. You could go to dinner with the Harlans. You could go back to Evercrown. Like you are technically released of your obligations to the company. You just have options for future employment since you have completed this job.
right. Right. True. We can do whatever we want now. Definitely not going back to college. Sure, why don't we, we've got our money. Did we want to say hello to anybody, or
We don't have friends.
did
mean,
you know those ones over there?
Vani and Branneth did just walk by. You guys did travel with them for a month and a half. No, but I'll say as you guys, if you guys aren't gonna hang around at all, that's totally fine. As you guys step outside, and you look around, you feel a rumbling, like the ground sort of rumbles and shakes momentarily, and kind of like look around. It's like, it's weird. And then the ground starts to rumble harder. It's like starts to really rumble beneath your feet, and it's like you can almost feel like everyone starts looking around. It's like earthquake. A couple of people like start running inland because they think a tsunami or something like that, and then you hear a wrenching and tearing sound as the ground erupts beneath all of your feet. Everybody please roll me a dexterity saving throw as you are thrown backwards about 40 feet.
Duke Sturder.
25.
25.
17.
12.
Felix and Finian, you guys are kind of like, you guys get lucky as Theo cushions your fall as you're sort of thrown against a wall. Theo, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the wall and kind of the wind's knocked out of you. And all of you guys are kind of like laying there for a moment. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And like the words sort of die in your mouth as you watch the company of Delaw's headquarters has been ripped apart in front of you from like almost like what looks like an implosion in the ground. But the ground around it has almost imploded, but your eyes are drawn ever upward as you hear two loud shrinking cries as a blue, silver, amethyst dragon and a bright blue lightning streaked dragon climb out of the wreckage, fly up into the air, and start attacking each other. And that is where we will end our episode for today.
Put the helmet
fucking
on.
code! The fucking code!
Thank you all so much for joining us for another episode of Dances with Dice. Please follow us on all social media channels at Dances with Dice, and you can use the hashtag DWDcast or DWDart. You will be used as named NPCs in the show. Thank you all for joining us, and join us every single Tuesday for new episodes of Dances with Dice.